Okay, YouTubers, so here we are. We're ready to cut the ends on 4 of these boards. And I've already been cutting some from the templates. And I've already boogered up my template here with some kickback from the router bit. I'll talk about that in a minute. But I've made several extra templates, so we're good to go. I want to show you the router bit that I got. This is a pattern router bit. It's a pattern one because it's got that ball bearing on it. It's 1.25 inches, which means it'll cut that depth just fine. So I can do this all in one pass. So I'm gonna relinquish control here to my lovely assistant Ming, and she is going to film and show how I set up the pattern and all this fun stuff. So first thing I'm doing is just basically getting my pattern set. I like these little Irwin clamps, but you can use whatever you have handy. I'm trying to move that one up just a hair. And I try to keep it so that the clamps are out of the way of the tools. I'll give them a good jump down there. I've also attached my board here to a 6x6 underneath. So first thing I'm going to do is take my trusty old jigsaw, and we're going to cut these straight bits right here. Here. And then I usually cut about 1/4 inch out of this corner so that I can get my blade in here and go around the curve. And I'll take this curve about 1/8 of an inch off of it, and then we'll use the router to finish that off. So I'll show you that in a minute. So you can see I can now get my blade in there. So now I can cut along here at about 1/8 of an inch off of the radius. And what I like to do before I get to this edge, because your router bit is round, so it's not going to get in that corner, is I try to get my saw so that I get right in that corner there for the last 1/4 of an inch. Okay. I'll do the same on this side. Just do a little. And that'll help the look of it. So now you're going to take your router and your router bit. You want to double check. Come over here, Ming. And most of these routers have height adjustments. And you can see I can lower and raise that. You want this bearing to be at the same level as your template, okay, because it's going to ride right on that. Oh, I'm going to lower this actually just a half a hair. And then there's a lock where you lock it down nice and tight. Just make sure that it's level sitting on your template and turn it on. And then there is a rotation here, so you want to go from left to right as you go around the board. If you come right to left and move it this way, you'll get kickback and climbing cuts, which you don't want. So just make sure, do some router tutorials and it'll explain it. It's pretty simple. All right, so perfect example of some kickback. My template started to move on me, and then I started hitting my my clamps here. And you can see, if you come around here, Ming, you can see where this is what pushed it out, so I'll move this clamp back. But here I got the kickback, and you can see it's just a really rough cut in there. So let me adjust this a little bit, and then we'll smooth this out. Also had grab another clamp over here. I think that might be in my way, but that won't. Okay. Oop, watch that. Can you move the cord down there? Thank you. Oh, nope, that's still going to be in the way, so I can't do it with a clamp there at all. So we'll just be really careful. Oop. Alrighty. again, my clamps get in my way, and it's because this template is so short. So I'll make a new template. This is the one I was using, and I had some kickback that got the edge of this. So I had this extra template that I'd made, but as you can see, it's quite a bit shorter, and it's not giving me the room I want to do these clamps. So we will move this over here for right now, just to finish that little itty bitty edge. Here we go. Okay guys, so there you can see, not the best clamping job in the world. You can see I had the kickback there, so you do have to be a little bit careful, but that's what you do. I'm going to make another template here that's got some longer threads so I can clamp back here to give me room to route my next one, which is going to be on that end. So not as difficult as it looks, but you do need to be careful. So we'll let you know when the other ones are finished and we get ready to do on basically the front four, which I've got 2 of them. This will be the 3rd one. I got 1 more to do. There's no cutout. There's no notches. Those are the beams. The rafters that are going to run across those, not only will it have the OG cut out here, but at 24 inches, there's going to be these cutouts. And again, I'll probably do the same thing. Come in here with my jigsaw and cut that out, and then run my router right around it. Probably just have to square up the corners with a chisel or something, and then my rafters will be done. But I've got 1, so this is the 3rd one, 4th one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After I do the 4 rafters, I've got 6 beams that I'll have to do. So stay tuned, guys. Thank you. Okay, guys, new templates made. Went ahead and made 2 of them. Side by side, no big deal. So you can see now I can get my clamps back here out of the way a little bit. So I'm just going to do this again real quick for you. Hopefully this time it'll look a little more professional-like. So I don't know if you guys can see there, but there's a knot right there. So that's why this is going to go really slow as we cut through that knot. this edge up. Okay, now it's router time. Again, going left to right. Gonna check that my bearing rides on my template. Everything's locked down nice and solid. That's pretty decent cut, so I'll clean up these corners a little bit here, and then we'll move on to the next one. So that's it, guys. That's how it goes. Okay, guys, here we are with this laid out and square. So I measured basically corner to corner with my son and made adjustments until we got it equal. So 199 and a half. But you can kind of see how this is gonna lay out, and of course that'll all be raised up about 12 feet up there in the up in the air. But it's starting to come together. I got about 5 more boards to cut, and hopefully tomorrow we'll start putting in the concrete and getting ready to put the posts up and all that. So that's what we've got done on I think my second or third day. Just a lot of cutting and measuring and making sure everything is the way we want it. You can see how I did the cuts here. Of course the post is going to go through there, and then I'll have the cheek cuts on the side that these will set on. So I'm pretty happy with it. So till tomorrow, thanks for watching.